What's happening, everybody? Back again. So, 2017 Honda Accord, fully loaded, all the bells and whistles, push to start, of course, 2.4. Started having problems with it. Took it to the local Walmart, let them change the oil one day, just because in the process of starting to move, didn't have time, didn't want to crawl under it, mess with it. Figured they say they can get it done 20-30 minutes, let them do it. So let them do it. Get it back. That evening, the car won't start. Battery's dead. So I jump the car. Car runs fine. I take the car. I had the battery tested. Battery tests fine. I had the alternator tested. Alternator tests fine. So I drive it. So we drive it. It drives for a week, 2 weeks. Then at the least inopportune time you could think of, 4 o'clock in the morning when you're getting up to go to work, something like that, it won't start. You jump it, it'll run good for days, weeks, and it'll happen again. So I start looking around, start talking to people, reading up on things, and apparently this is a pretty common problem with these Hondas. And it's just hit and miss. You may drive it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe fine. Then all of a sudden, it won't start and the battery's dead. Like I said, usually the least inopportune time when you're somewhere you can't get a jump, something like that. So I'm thinking to myself, man, what could it be? I don't know. Something drawing power after it shut off. I don't know. I'm going through everything. Nothing. Can't find nothing. No reason why it would do this. It makes zero sense. So I'm reading online, and I guess it's, like I said, it's pretty common. People are saying they're having the same problems. Battery will be good for a while, then all of a sudden it won't start. So I get to looking, and these Hondas have a battery about this big. No joke, the battery's this big. Looks almost like a little bit bigger than a lawnmower battery, probably, which makes zero sense to me. So, as I'm reading, I'm seeing a couple things about people talking about maybe upgrading the battery to a bigger battery, a better battery, a more efficient battery. And there was a few people saying that they upgraded to a 24F battery. Now that battery it's big, it's a full-size battery. So I go and buy one of those to replace it with. Now to do this, you have to remove, the battery has a little plastic casing that sits on it to cover it around the edges, basically around the sides. And there's also a battery tray, of course, which is a plastic tray that your battery sits down on, and it kind of blocks anything from getting up against it, getting near it, on it. And it kind of sort of keeps some of the weather off of it, the cold, the heat. But to do this, to put the bigger battery in there, you have to remove both of those. And you can either set the battery back down in there. You can still use the tie down. It has the double hook tie down, one on both sides. Comes up. There's a bolt and a thread on the top of each one, and a bar that goes across the top. You tighten them down, holds the battery down. You can still use that. Or if you're one of those people that's like, no, I don't want my car not to have a battery tray, which doesn't matter, it's not going to make any difference. But if you are one of those people, you can go and buy a battery tray out of the Accord with the V6 in it. Because the V6 came with a bigger battery, which they should have just put the bigger battery in every car. Makes more sense. Better to have more battery than you need than not enough, obviously. So, I did read, however, that a lot of the cars, like 1 million of these cars, built between, I think, 13 and 16, they had recalls on some sort of a battery switch that was failing, cars were catching fire, that type of thing. So you can go on Honda.com, type your VIN number in, and it'll show you if you have any recalls on your car. If it shows that you do have recalls, you can take it into your local Honda dealership or wherever you bought your car and they will fix the recalls, replace them with the updated parts and the better stuff free of charge, because it's a recall. You already bought your car, and it's not your problem. It's not your fault. So anyways, other than that, if you want to do this battery swap, like I say, I highly recommend it. I do not recommend you, if this starts happening to you and you need to replace your battery, I don't recommend replacing it with the size that's in there. I've heard of and read a lot about people replacing them, having to replace them every year and a half to maybe 2 years on the high side, big end, and they go dead again. So a year out of a battery is not good enough, not for me. So I recommend you upgrade it. Like I say, it's simple. It took me all of 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get my tools out. Like I say, take the battery cables off, you take the tie down off, lift the little battery out of there, and being it's still heavy when you're bent over the car trying to lift it, so be careful doing that. Lift it out of there, lift the battery tray out of there, take your 24F battery, which is a big battery, set it down in there, put your battery cables back on, put your tie down back on, snug it up, tighten it up, get it tight to where your battery's not moving anymore, and you're good to go. Then you have more battery than you need, and you don't have to worry about it. Hopefully not for quite a while. So, like I say, I recommend it fully. Honda Accords, probably from probably 2013 maybe, up to 17, 18 at this point. I recommend it, like I say, and it may be years before that probably. I know at one point I did this to a 2005 Accord that actually had a V6 in it, but I did the same thing. I put a bigger battery in it. It's always better to have more battery than not enough. So I recommend the upgrade. Like I said, it's a 24F battery is the size. It fits in there well. It's, like I said, more battery than you need, and will work good for you. So that's how you do it. That's all you got to do to it. Works well. Like I said, it's been working great, no problems. And that's about it. Like I said, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate everybody who's been with me, been subscribed, been viewing, been everything. Appreciate everybody, all the support. And like I say, if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop me a comment, tell me what you think about the video. Tell me if there's something that you're curious about that you need to know about. I'll make you a video, or I'll respond, I'll reply to you, whatever. Anyways, other than that, appreciate everybody. Have a good day. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. I'm out.